Hi, this is Colin from Watch Off the Cuff. I had a customer bring in a significant lot of watches, family pieces. Anyway, this is the watch here. At least one of them I'm going to look at. It is a Cartier Quartz tank. It has got quite a bit of gunk inside the dial. I figured we would open it up, confirm whether it really is a genuine Cartier tank, clean it up, and get it working again. If possible, it looks like it's been sitting around for quite some time. Okay, let's start with getting this strap off. And I'm experimenting with this new angle. I've had a few issues in the past with having my face in there and in the way. And you can see I'm just kind of doing this and looking up at the camera to see, can I see my own head in there? I guess a little bit. But at least you can see what I'm doing here. So we just got our Bergeron, whatever, I always remember the name, it's 6767 with a fine tip. And we're just pushing the leather down a little bit to expose the groove in the spring bar. And get in there, and there we go. So first order of business is I'm just going to get a little bit of pegwood. Well, just wood on the floor. And we're just going to like scrape off some of this, I don't know what you would call it, wrist cheese. Please clean your watches, people. They come in, they're so gross sometimes. It's like a dirty secret that people have in the watch repair business. And people get pretty fed up. So already that crown seems awfully loose, but anyway, hopefully we don't have any damage inside. And then we'll just take, well, it's Butterfingers today. We're just going to take this, we're just going to get rid of this gunk on the sides and back. See, so gross. If you just take a non-abrasive soap, even just hand soap or dish liquid with an old toothbrush, or just give it a light scrub, it goes a long way. If you're wearing your watch every day, you should minimum be doing it once a week. The problem is that this gunk builds up and it actually puts undue wear on the parts. It creates kind of a gunky paste that's got dust and oil and all that kind of stuff, and it just grinds away here at the watch. It's even worse when you have a metal bracelet. It gets all in between the links and then just grinds out and prematurely wears that. It's just like an abrasive paste that you're letting sit on the watch and grind in between all of the links every day when you wear it. So we're just gonna get this thing. After this, I'm gonna have to wipe this all down with alcohol. So gross. Anyway, let's take a look what we got here. So I think what I'm gonna do quickly too is, before I even start, I'm going to take a pause, and I'm just gonna give this a quick go over with a toothbrush and just get rid of some of this oil and gunk out of it before we go any further. So hold that thought. All right, so we got this cleaned up. A couple of like kind of red flags to me, and maybe somebody out there could put in the comments about what vintage this is and what's construction. There appears to be plating here on here that's been worn off. So I would think that it would be a stainless steel or fully steel crown. It wouldn't be an alloy that's plated after the fact. And same thing with the case. It looks like the case is not solid stainless steel. After its cleanup, there's still a few little areas here that seem to be tarnished, and that like kind of surface coating has been eroded a little bit. I think it's also interesting that I don't see any like notches that I would expect in a quality case for us to like be able to get in there. Now, I'm pretty sure here it's not in there very well, and I think that some of the blackness around there was a deteriorated gasket. So I've literally just took my thumbnail and we just opened that up, and let's take a look. So we're taking a look here, and after all that here, I thought maybe it really was a Cartier tank. In this estate lot, there really were some watches that were indeed like legitimate. So anyway, so there goes the crown and then the case right away. And I'm not an expert on Cartier to know that, okay, there we go. We've got we've got a fake on our hands. So the battery in there is a 377. So what we'll do right now is we'll just quickly grab that out. We'll put a battery, see if it runs, and if so, we'll remove the movement and we'll clean the dial, so at least it'll look nice again. So I'm just going to grab that 377 from my drawer of batteries. I think in one of the other videos, it took me forever to find the right battery. I finally broke down, placed a large stocking order for some new batteries, checked for anything that was expired, which is also important, and then organized everything again and got it all back kind of together. So let's take a look here and see whether we have any life. And sure enough, we do. You probably, if you've seen another video, if it wasn't working, we could have grabbed the Horatech Pulse, which is right here, and we could have placed it on there. And we can hear that driver coil impulse. It's picking up there. And then if I was worried, and I am, 'cause it's so dirty in there, about how well it's going to tune, I can put it on the turbo, and I can just simply put it, let me go backwards, go the right way. There we go. I can simply just run it around and make sure I don't see it hiccup anywhere. Okay, so now that we've got that figured out, just as a sideline, I have a complete video about like what to do when a quartz watch isn't working. Move this out of the way. We will get in there and we'll clean up this dial and see what we can do. So now we're gonna go and find the crown release, which in this case, I just got a pin vise with literally a sharp point in here. And it is right here. So I'm going to, yeah, it looks like it's still in frame. I'm paranoid now that I'm doing something and it's not being shown. So I'll just pull that out like that. That is out. We'll put that in the tray. We've got these nice little handy dandy things here that we can gently use to pull it out. Now I want to keep that movement in place. I'm just going to grab just a piece of pegwood. I'm going to hold the movement and therefore the dial and everything down while I pull this out. That is also going to go on the tray. And then from here we can take a case cushion and we'll put it upside down. We will flip it over, give it a tap, and away we go. So what we'll do is we'll take some clean Rotoco. There we go. And I'm just going to form that into a point. And then we'll start to remove whatever we can in terms of debris from this dial. Just going slow. Again, some of the corrosion's not going to come off, but hopefully we can clean it up quite a bit. The idea here is to dab and just be patient as you go. Do not swipe, because anything that might be abrasive in here, this dirt will create a line or a scratch in the dial, especially if you have like a sunburst dial or something that has a slightly finer finish in this. This has got like, you know, this kind of faux guilloche on there, so it's maybe a little more forgiving than normal. But it's always great to try to do as best job you possibly can. And all of it seems to be pretty sticky. I'm just going to give it a blow and see if we can blow it off. No, I didn't think so. I thought, oh, you know what? I probably should have tried to blow some of it off first. So even some of that yellow is starting to come off. So I'm going to go carefully here. I'm not so worried that the yellow, whatever dirt that's on, it's coming off, since the since you can see here on the edge before it was exposed, there was the back dial is white to begin with. We'll just keep on going here, slow but steady. That might be more than the necessary or like really amount of work for just to have like a replica. But it is somebody's watch, and you know, it might have sentimental value. So if we can just return it in working order to them, then I think that would be nice. But just so nobody's freaking out, you know, I don't condone or support any production of any kind of like fake or replica watches of any kind, just to keep the keyboard warriors at bay. Just going to get it to a real fine point. I'm just going to gently dab hands. wonder what all this yellow stuff is. So weird. You know, I'm not sure if it's a coating or not that they put on it to make it look like that. I'm just going to do a little bit of rubbing at the edge to see. Yeah, very interesting. Anyway, we might have to edit some of that. You want to hear all of my like ear, you know, blistering self-talk while I wonder to myself, what on earth has been sprayed on this dial? All right, so we'll set that aside for a moment. We'll just cover that up with a tray cover. And we'll just take a look here, and we'll just try to start getting some of this stuff out of here as well. And I think it's grody enough in here that I'm going to clean it out with a toothbrush. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to clean this out with a toothbrush first, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, we're back after a clean. And I'll just take a look at this. Just give it a go out with a cloth. And then we can go back with a little bit of clean Rotoco into the corners to make sure we're good there. I think we're looking pretty good. All right, so let's bring back the dial, flip that back around, and I don't want to put that back in there like that, it's disgusting. And we can replace the crown. Here we go. Make sure that's engaged, looks good. All right, now the back is gross too, so I will clean that up as well. It probably, I'm just gonna take a look in here. Do we have any gasket there? I'm just gonna pull the crown out. I just want to see whether there's a gasket on the crown, because if so, I'll re-lubricate it to try to keep some of the gunk out of it. There is not, and there isn't a groove for it either. So anyway, I just thought I'd check just to be sure. Anyway, sorry about all my meanderings there. Okay, so I'm going to give this a quick clean too. It's gross, and then we'll come back and we'll reinstall this and put the strap back on. Okay, I cleaned up the back, and I couldn't help myself. It's like, it's just a replica watch. It's like, what am I doing? But it should have a gasket. It's probably the reason why all that junk got in there in the first place. So I grabbed the 0.4 mil gasket. This one's a 30 mil. Should fit this square case quite well, I think. We're gonna make a guess. Just before I turn the camera back on, I held it up and I was thinking, yeah, it's probably gonna get the job done. So anyway, just put it in a little grease box there, some lubrication, and we'll just get this pulled on. Except I'm doing a terrible job, and I'm not even doing it on camera. Let's bring it down here. Those first two corners on. This feels like one of those days, like, sure think it's painful watching this guy struggle put on a gasket. But I think it does demonstrate kind of the patience that's required sometimes with this sort of thing. It's just trial and error, go slow. Don't take undue risks. Yay, there we go. All right. So I don't think we're gonna need a crystal press or a case back press to put this on. It's probably just gonna snap in real nice. Yeah, there we go. That cracking was my knuckles, not the case back, by the way. All right, so we're all set there. I'm just gonna make sure that the date is going to set for us properly. Oh, the quick set's working all right. Probably should not try to do the quick set there. I do a video on this as well if you look at the proper way to set the date and time. In this case, it's March 17th, so I'm going to set it to the 16th. And then I'm going to roll it over so I know when AM and PM is. There's 17th, and it's 2:10 in the afternoon here. 2:12. Away we go. So we'll put the strap back on. It was weird that it was backwards. So anyway, we'll put the buckle side on the top. And this Bergeon tool is jangling again. These things tend to unscrew. Literally, I'm laying in bed just last week and thought to myself, why am I not just Loctiting like I would a Rolex bracelet screw? So I'm going to do that. Again, I might torture myself anyway. What's going on here? Here we go. We got the right way. All right, Cartier working once again. Looks a lot nicer, even if it is a replica. Thanks for watching. And parting words in passing. I've never said this before, so I don't have a speech for it. You can now join as a member for a nominal fee every month. It helps support what I do here. And of course, if anything's helped you or saved you money, it allows you to give a little bit back to me so I can keep doing this for a long time. Anyway, please look at and explore becoming a member of the channel. Cheers.